believe it, Rouge? We're the best characters in the entire franchise, and they completely left us out in the third movie.
Definitely. I hope Knuckles is guarding my jewels.
Not to mention the fact that I had to do all the research for a gun anyways. You know how hard it is to hack into Eggman's data frame? I had to survive a giant fallen colony. This is an outrage.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Buttery Show. I'm Vector the Crocodile, the greatest detective, and next to me is the very sultry Rouge the Bat, the greatest spy that ever was and ever will be, not counting SBO. And we are here to discuss the threequel of a lifetime. That's right. We're here to discuss Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Mm-hmm. Whee!
Oh, yeah. All right. So, yes, this is the opening weekend of the movie. So, there will be some, but not all spoilers. We're going to spoil some stuff. You've been warned. If you have not seen the movie,
Spoiler alert.
Go watch the movie. But to be fair, most of the plot beats in this movie are from Sonic Adventure 2, which was a game from almost, if not more than 25 years ago. So, is it really a spoiler? Either way, play the game on Steam or GameCube, and then come back and then watch the movie, and then come back and watch this review. So, Jen, what was your experience watching this movie?
Well, I watched it on Friday night, right? You watched it yesterday, but I had an amazing time because I watched it in the Birmingham movie theater, and so many people were dressed up. I was dressed up like as a Sonic's inspired character.
Oh,
and
nice.
I brought my plushies with me, and of course I brought.
That's cool. You know, I am kind of jealous because I wish ahead of time I would have got like some kind of like crocodile head and some headphones so that I could go as my favorite character, which is Vector the Crocodile. You know, he's the greatest detective that ever was and ever will be. I'm glad I got to meet Keith Silverstein, who is one of the several voice actors of Vector. Hopefully I'll see him again in January, but, you know, yeah, no. So tell me about the experience of watching the movie.
So I had a really fun time. Watched it, as I said, Friday night. Like, I got off of work. It was me and a big group of my friends. I loved it. Personally, that was probably the best Sonic 3 movie. That was the best Sonic movie ever. 10 out of 10. I cried towards the end. And yeah, and we'll go into more detail about that later on. But just know that I had tears and blood plushies with me.
Nice. For me, I watched it last night. I actually bought the tickets as early ahead of time as I possibly could. And, I've been dying to see this movie since midway through Sonic 2, because in the second movie, they briefly mentioned in the wedding scene.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that they're from their Guardian Units of Nations. And I'm like, and the moment he said Guardian Unit of Nations, I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna tease for Shadow, aren't they? Because
I know
you can't have gun without motorcycle and Shadow and Broody.
Well, and not just that, but also the end credits too.
Yeah, and then when we actually saw the end credits, I'm like, yes. So I've been waiting 2 whole years for this movie to come out. And like, a lot of people made jokes about Keanu Reeves playing Shadow. It's like, that would be cool.
It was not bad. What are you talking about?
But no, because this was before they revealed that he was gonna be Shadow, and I'm like, I would love for him to play Shadow, but doesn't that seem a little fan service because people want Keanu to be in everything? And keep in mind, I'm the biggest Keanu fan of all time.
I grew up, because keep in mind, I was a little girl who grew up on Matrix. For me, I knew him as Matrix, and I know he's in a lot of movies, but I loved him as Neo, and I never saw a problem with him being Shadow. I thought he was the perfect role.
I absolutely have no objections. I grew up on Speed, So
Oh, I
Jack
forgot
Traven
about
was
that.
so Jack was my guy. Like when all of us went to see the first movie together, like right before the coup hit in 2020.
Mhm.
What's it called? I had the biggest fangasm when Sonic was like looking into the windows. Like, please be my favorite movie. Please be my favorite. And they showed like the credit line, Speed. It's like, yes. I'm like, yes. Sonic's favorite movie is my favorite movie, Keanu. And I love how like in press junkets, like after they reveal that Keanu is Shadow, and I love how like even like Idris Elba was like, what's it like being referenced in a movie franchise before being an actual cast member of that franchise?
Uh-huh. Then that's kind of interesting. Hey, by any chance, off topic, did you watch Knuckles, the show?
No, I do not have Paramount Plus, but I do know
I watched
that
one episode. It was interesting.
But I do know that there's an episode where Knuckles celebrates Shabbat with that one guy's family. So it's like, oh, that's nice. We get some representation here.
No. It was just one episode. It was a really good show. Honestly, you don't need to watch Knuckles show to watch Sonic 3.
That's good.
Yeah.
But if anyone happens to have a password to privateer,
so that we could hack into Eggman's data frame and in order to retrieve the secret files of Project Shadow.
So naturally I had to get tickets to see this movie, and of course, I took the obligatory photo with the with the giant board. And
I didn't get to do that.
Yeah, and what's interesting is sitting next to me, we're actually a group of cosplayers, very convincing cosplayers. So I'm like, wait a minute, Dr. Eggman, what's he doing here? But what really impressed me is that one of the other people in that row was actually dressed up as Maria, because I imagine like a bunch of people will be dressed up as like Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, Tails, Eggman. But
you mean the blue
Maria.
dress?
Yeah, with the blue dress.
Oh,
like the Sonic Adventure 2 / Shadow the Hedgehog design. It's like I was like so impressed by this. This was like so well done. But yeah, so we watched the movie. It was very exciting. Man, a lot of the fan service. Let's just say that this movie did fan service a lot better than the previous two did. And that's saying something, because the second one was definitely like really good with that.
By fan service, what do you mean? Because fan service kind of means sexy, an anime term.
But no, I mean fan service by the actual dictionary definition of like, they reference
I know what
one
you mean,
thing.
but if you're an anime fan, that sounds completely off topic.
No, it's like, see, like you have to make it a thing in order for it to be a thing. It wasn't a thing, but you made it a thing. But yeah. Yeah, just so you people know, in the future, whenever you say the phrase "no homo," it becomes homo because you said no homo. Just to give you an example.
Yeah.
With that in mind, no, fan service here was amazing. They did a lot of great references to both Sonic Adventure 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog, especially the scenes where like you see Shadow like walking up that platform, you see him like with that fray right behind him. And I have to say, like, unlike the first two movies, this movie felt like it was more directly based on an actual Sonic game rather than just using some plot points from earlier games. Because
no, in my opinion, because the co-producer, his name is Tyson Hesse.
Yeah.
He worked on it, and he was a die-hard Sonic fan, so he did a good job putting respect in the video game franchise.
No, absolutely. There's no question about that. But what I do know is the first movie, it wasn't particularly based on any specific Sonic game. It mostly used.
No, in my opinion, it doesn't have to be exactly a video game.
I'm not saying it has to be. I'm just saying that The first one wasn't necessarily based on any games. The second one had some elements from Sonic Adventure 1, namely the whole the death of the Echidna clan and the Master Emerald, but they abandoned the whole chaos thing in favor of just keeping Eggman as like the main villain, which is totally fine. The movie was still great as it was. No Amy or Big or E102 though, but that's totally fine. But then here we have a movie that is definitely, without question, based on Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
No, I get. Okay, then I see what you're getting at.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle with the original EB Games receipt. Yeah, no, I'm not going to sell this for $15. You've got to be insane. But yeah, so let's get into this movie. It's the third installment of the film, and it had the budget of $122 million, and its current box office at this moment is $63.4 million. Now, to be fair, it's opening weekend, which means, where it's not a box office failure, contrary to the numbers saying right now, because
it beat Mufasa. That's all that matters. It
destroyed Mufasa. It's like Shadow the Hedgehog stood over that cliff on the Pride Rock and then just threw Mufasa into the void.
Yeah.
All hail Shadow.
Yep, all hail Shadow.
Yeah, heroes rise again, obliterating anything that isn't your friend.
So, what I like about this movie was it's a third franchise, right? But for me, it kind of came in blindsided. I didn't even watch the trailer, but what I like about it is for once, spoiler alert, Sonic and Dr. Robotnik actually work together to find the missing problem. Only to find out that obviously Dr. Robotnik met his grandpa. And then his grandpa turned out to be a prick that wanted to kill everybody, including themselves.
Yeah. Again, if you've actually played the game,
I know what you mean.
Now, that's actually an interesting change in this movie because in the video game, and I know generally you should not compare the movies to the video games because otherwise we'll be here all day saying oh no, it's bad because it made changes. But no, not all changes are bad. Some changes are good. But there are some good and bad changes involving Robotnik. First of all, it's very interesting that Gerald Robotnik is also played by Jim Carrey.
That was perfect. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was kind of funny, especially how they referenced it. It's almost as if we are two different characters in a movie, both played by the same actor.
Yeah, I think I could understand why they killed off. I'm sorry for spoilers. They killed off Dr. Robotnik. He needed to retire, anyways.
Well, that's the difference I wanted to really bring up because in the video games he was already dead.
That is true.
Yeah, the age you see him in the movie is the age he was in 50 years ago in the games. Because presumably Robotnik, Ivo Robotnik, and Dr. Eggman was still a child, or maybe not even born yet for that matter, 50 years ago when they were doing Project Shadow. And then in Sonic Adventure 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog, he's trying to use his grandfather's original plans to create the ultimate weapon that would conquer all of Earth under the Eggman name. Only for it to be a plot twist reveal that, no, Dr. Gerald Robotnik didn't want to conquer the world. He wanted to destroy it. Yeah. And it was a surprise even to Dr. Eggman himself.
Well, yeah, he doesn't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so much so that when you do the final story in Adventure 2, you actually have to play as all 6 playable characters, including Dr. Eggman, who has to, help Sonic and Shadow unlock all the security systems in order to fight Biohazard and destroy the Eclipse Cannon, which, by the way, thankfully, okay, another change is Biohazard is definitely not in this movie, but I'm actually glad it's not in this movie because it would feel so unnecessary to do so.
Who knows? Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do like some other references to this movie series, like how Knuckles is scared of ghosts, so like they make a reference to, which is an
That was
interesting
a
reference.
Knuckles show, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, that I did not know, but I do know that in the game he has to fight King Boo Boom, the King of Ghosts. So even if you haven't watched the show, it's a great reference. Wait, does he fight King Boo Boom in the show?
No.
Oh.
I don't know. I just know that they referenced that, I believe, in the show.
Yeah. But yeah, so obviously we got our actually all four of our main human characters come back. But what's really interesting is that the other two characters from the second movie, it's not that they're actually there, it's more like they're disguises.
Oh, are you talking about
Yeah.
Tim and forgot the girl's name.
What's it called? You got I'm trying to remember his name.
Tim.
No, not Tim. The Tim's brother-in-law.
Oh, forgot his name.
Yeah.
He's in the second movie, and he was
the one from the second movie. Yeah,
forgot his name.
So it turns out like Maddie's sister after joining, after getting married to her husband, they both joined Gun, which led to Tim and Maddie Tom actually dressing up as them using what's it called, the Tails hologram projector things. Which by the way, I appreciate. It's like technically we do have fewer human characters here. There's less human scenes. Like a lot of fans keep complaining, less humans, more CGI animals. So technically, you got what you asked for, because it's like, yeah, we still have the same actors, but contextually, there are fewer characters.
No. It's still a good movie. My favorite, so like the whole plot of that is obviously, trying to, find a way to stop Gun from getting destroyed, and it eventually led to like, the satellite and trying to destroy the world, and obviously Dr. Robotnik saved the day, surprisingly.
He saved the day in a manner kind of like how Captain America from Spider-Man saved the day, where like he jumped into that like that nexus in order to close it up.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest, I don't believe that he's dead.
No, I'm pretty sure he's dead. This one is inevitable. He has to be dead. The thing exploded.
See, but here's the thing. First of all, Shadow. Well, actually, let's get into it a little bit later. So the plot is basic. Shadow is woken up from his stasis. He escapes from Prison Island. By the way, I'm happy that we got Prison Island. Sonic and friends, after having like a VR day, are recruited by Kristen Ritter, who, let's be honest, Director Rockwell was a relatively unnecessary character because, let's be honest, she doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
It's like you think she's gonna be like, she's probably gonna do some kind of heel turn and like use the Eclipse cannon or something. Like you were talking like I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the scenes involving Gun kind of remind me of the movie Winter Soldier. But I'm surprised Rockwell didn't do some kind of heel turn revealing, oh yeah, no, like I actually want to take over Gun myself so that I could, do something evil or sinister and claim to be heroic. I don't know, but like basically she was dropped from the movie like towards the end of that Gun fortress scene. But yeah, so Sonic and friends have to end up in Japan. They fight Shadow. Of course, we get like an interesting combination of the original city escape scene,
Shibuya,
and the jungle scene where it's like, why do you look like me? I don't look like you. You look like me.
Why do you look like me?
But yeah, Shibuya was I
Mhm.
liked it. It was completely
Yeah.
animatronic. The only complaint I had was I wish the fight scene was a lot longer. Like the fight
Yeah.
scene between Sonic, Shadow. Like okay,
Yeah.
look, I don't get me wrong, they did a good job with the Sonic versus Shadow fight
Mhm.
scene towards the end. But my only complaint is they didn't fight much. Like it
Mhm.
didn't like how do I say it?
Mhm.
It didn't use up the stage of Shibuya completely. Like they could have
Right.
like I know they referenced Tokyo Sky
Mhm.
Tree, like the fight
Yeah.
scene and whatnot, but I wish it would have been longer or something more iconic. I really wanted the Shadow to really put in that work, especially for Knuckles and Tails. I really wanted him to like put in the work in there.
Yeah.
That's the only complaint I have with that movie. Everything else was perfect. That's the only complaint I had. I wish it was
Yeah.
more compelling.
Yeah. I mean, I do appreciate that. Like, yeah, Shadow's so strong that he could defeat the entirety of Team Sonic on his own. And I love that how that kind of leads up to like Sonic feeling like he has to do this on his own, because here we have a loner defeating a team. So it's like, is a team necessary? But at the end of the day, yes, a team is necessary.
Well, yeah, that is true. I mean, what else? You need strength. You need assist, speed.
You need power, flight, and speed.
But
Oh,
yeah.
this reminds me. I love how like when they first show up in Tokyo, they actually reference Sonic Heroes by having like Tails like fly while holding on to Sonic, who in turn holds on to Knuckles.
Oh, I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like that reference to flight formation. Don't get me wrong, I hate flight formation because it's neither fast nor powerful. And some enemies, it's like Thundershoot is not really useful,
No, I getcha.
especially in the power plant. But hey, I would have to say the flight formation is one of the iconic aspects of the game Sonic Heroes. So I appreciate that was kind of referenced there at least. Oh, and I love that we have Chow Garden.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Here, wait. I'm gonna show it. All right. Right. Wait. Stop right there.
Oh my god.
I'm sure. You know what's sad is I didn't bring him to the movie theater because I didn't think Chow was gonna be referenced, but it did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I love Chow Garden. I mean, I remember when I was playing Sonic Adventure 1 the director's cut, I grinded so many hours for Chow Garden. Like
Me too.
I'm like, it's like
I
behind I'm like,
you know what I gardened? The Angel Chows.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, that was introduced in the second game where you got Angel and Devil Chow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I got. I don't play the first one. I only played the second one.
Yeah. No, I see like if you ever play the first one, definitely play the GameCube version because it comes with a lot of bonus content, including the ability to unlock some of the classic Sega Sonic games like Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic Racers, Sonic Spinball, Sonic 3D Blast, Eggman, Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. I don't remember all the games that were available because I didn't play all of them.
No, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. But if you ever get a version of the original game, get the GameCube version, which I also
will do. Take your word for it.
Yeah, and also like if you pay attention in the GameCube game, you got you actually have a cameo from Cream the Rabbit. If you look carefully, yeah, because when you wake up after being knocked out by Eggman outside of Casinopolis, you actually see Cream flying above you, but you have to like look fast because it's on a timer. Yeah.
Yep.
So there's two halves of a data card, and that's when we meet Robotnik, who basically turned into Ben Stiller from Dodgeball. It's like a laziness and excessive amounts of carbohydrates lead to an excessive buildup of adipose tissue, or as you common folks know as man boobs. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Damn right, it's better than yours. Oh man, Chuck Norris. and yes, he was watching a novella for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah. You ever watch any novellas when you were younger?
No, but that was a good reference. I love the acting. It's they had to choose between her two brothers, mi
Yeah.
amores, mi
It's like,
hermano.
and I love how like in a later scene, Shadow's like watching it. It's like, if I were her, I would kill the both of them. There's no, she's not a prize to be won by anyone. I'm like, look at you, Shadow, being a proper feminist.
No, it's not just that, but also it kind of reminded me. No, because it sounded so Keanu Reeves. Did you ever watch John Wick?
Of course, I watched John Wick.
So it like reminded it was so John Wick coded for some reason.
It's like I would have killed both of them.
Yeah.
She's not a prize to be won.
No, but like when you heard that, it felt so John Wick coded, right?
Yeah, maybe. Or I feel like there's also a bit of what's it called? What's his name? The character he played from Parenthood. It's like you need a license to drive a car, a license to vote. You even need a license to catch a fish. But any brainless mook can become a dad.
Yeah. What was I was gonna say? Yeah, the whole fight scene. What was your favorite scene of like the whole movie?
Ooh,
Since we're in the first half already, since we're done with the first half of the movie.
Well, in the first half, I have to say I do like the chase sequences in the city, especially like when Stone also like gets his own motorcycle, destroys some of the Eggman robots, and like
The crab.
yeah, the crab.
I love Stone. Stone is the homie.
Yeah, he is the real one, and like get yourself someone that respects you the way Stone does, but never take him for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Like how many guys out there can make a cappuccino out of goat milk and then perfectly make cappuccino
goat milk.
Australian goat milk. And then make a perfect rendition of your face using like freaking whatever he used in the second movie.
Damn.
Yeah. No, the crab was actually really fun. It's like, I am a crab. Like that did not sound right coming out of your mouth. Yeah, and of course, like the commander from the first two movies, like was helping, like I gave him one of the two has the key card and stuff, and actually, I'm surprised that they didn't go to the Olive Garden.
Yeah.
In fact, they didn't even reference the Olive Garden.
Yeah, you're right. That's the funny part.
Like, if they're not there, how will I know that they're family?
Mm-hmm. What about the second half?
Okay, so yeah, we do find out that turns out Gerald Robotnik was alive the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and I do love that one line that Ivo Robotnik says. It's like, oh yeah, if you're really my grandfather, then tell me this. What is the speed of light divided by the speed of sound divided by the speed of the bus from the movie speed? I'm like, did the actor from my second favorite movie of all time reference my all-time favorite movie?
What was he referencing? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because he said, what is the speed
no,
of
but what
light?
is that? What's that movie reference?
Speed.
Oh, I didn't even know.
What is the speed of light divided by the speed of sound divided by the speed of the bus from the movie Speed? By the way, the answer is 25,000 meters per second.
Yeah. Personally, I thought it was cool, seeing how the grandpa and grandson bonded. I kind of wish they went into detail about Maria more.
Yeah, no, it's like, I mean,
I know that's obviously a sister.
Or cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting because even in the video games, they didn't really reference the relationship between Ivo and Maria. They only reference that Gerald is both of their grandfathers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there was a general in Shadow the Hedgehog who's probably not even the same character from the first three movies, but there was a general that outright hates Shadow. And turns out that he was a child aboard the Ark. and like Maria was his best friend. She was like a sister to me. And then I saw that wicked scientist with the Black Doom. He created you. You're a monster. I lost Maria, and it's all your fault. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, like that would have been an interesting angle. But the general in this movie, it's like, no, he was actually trying to protect Maria and Gerald, but failed. And it's actually because of him that like a gun accidentally discharged. But unlike the video games where one of the gun soldiers actually shot Maria, what happened was the soldier shot one of the canisters of artificial chaos, and which created an explosion, which ended up killing Maria. For some reason, Robotnik and Shadow survived.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's an interesting change. But I will say this: they did have more intimate scenes between Shadow and Maria here than they did in the video games. So I actually appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, because like for the most part, the only thing we've seen of Maria was the two of them running down the corridor, her getting gunned down, and then while she's dying, she jettisons him in a pod that sends him to Earth. That's pretty much all the footage we get of Maria in both video games. Oh, and part of recording in Shadow, but
who knows? I think it was a cool thing. Shadow was been, chronologically stuck for 15 years.
Yeah, that was the plot point throughout the series. He was frozen. As Christopher Lloyd would say,
I was frozen today.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So they have to break into the gun headquarters. Oh yeah, despite teaming up with Sonic in an earlier scene, he switches sides to Gerald Robotnik's side. And that's one of the big changes. Ivo is still around, kicking, and he's the main villain. And they try to break into the gun headquarters in London.
Oh yeah, so my favorite scene when they break in was when obviously Dr. Robotnik and Grandpa both wore those spandex, and then they started dancing. Oh my god, that was the best one.
Yeah.
That was the best dance scene ever.
Yeah. I'll say this. As funny as that scene was, I felt kind of weird with Gerald being as goofy and camp as Ivo. Because I think, and hold on. I'm gonna bring back something that Leonard hasn't used in a while. Give me one quick second.
Wait, are you gonna? No, you're not gonna do it. I know what
yes,
you're gonna do.
I am gonna do it.
No.
Yes.
Why you gotta put a wrestling reference here?
Because it's a Jim Cornette alert. So here's what I would have changed: make Gerald less goofy, because make him secretly really, my grandson is acting foolish like this? We've got serious business to do, and you're just dancing around like an idiot.
No.
See, that would have made more sense, because then when he does betray Ivo, it makes sense that oh yeah, no, he wants to get rid of Ivo because Ivo is not part of what Gerald wants. It's yes, Maria is the only grandchild I really cared about.
No, I think it was good. To me, the funniest scene was obviously the hologram thing where everybody got stuck or floating.
Oh yeah, the gravity field. I love.
Oh my god, that was the funniest scene ever.
Knuckles, yes. Break the glass. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, no, it was really fun, and especially with Kristen Ritter, both floating, trying to ricochet herself off of a bunch of other people, only to be slammed down to the ground by the funny red beams. Yeah, and it's oh, I was doing the worm in order to get closer to the key card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, it's still like to me towards the end, right? When
Mhm.
they made it to the spaceship, and
Yeah.
obviously, Sonic and Shadow had that fight scene, right? Did you like the fight scene? The obviously because this time Sonic was able to grab the emerald
Yeah.
too.
So this time Sonic is actually out for revenge because the Shadow seemingly killed
Tim,
Tom
Tom.
because he thought that he was the general from 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I need the Master Emerald. We agreed we will never use the Emerald. This is important. This is for family. You are lucky that I like Vin Diesel movies
But
because
yeah.
I am Red Superman. Because he's Idris Elba and he's Knuckles.
Yeah.
That's the joke. Because he actually used the line I'm Black Superman. Anyways, so yeah, turns out the Master Emerald's under the guardianship of Homeboy from the first two movies. And Knuckles the TV show. Which I did not watch. And it's being used as a hockey puck. Yikes. But yeah, supersonic. Beautiful. And then we're finally in the space colony. And yes, that fight scene, you're right. That fight scene was beautiful, especially when they both get their hands on the 7 emeralds.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we got Gold Sonic and Silver Shadow, and you could hear that, familiar guitar riff.
Everybody kept on screaming.
Yeah.
Well, like the whole point is that the whole point is the fight scene was great, but what I like about it is obviously this is a kids show, right? So this also represents forgiveness because Sonic had the opportunity to kill Shadow, but he
towards the end,
didn't.
yeah. But I do love how they're just like warping between like different locations on Earth, and then he still managed to like jump all the way to space, back to space, and then just like keep fighting. And yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's like I could kill you, but I'm not you. That's what the mistake you made. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. I am the protector of Earth. This is who I am. Wait, that does not feel right.
But yeah, Shadow. Yeah, and then Shadow gets into a realization that he's not the bad guy. Yada yada yada. This wouldn't do anything.
In other words, I am not a gun, but I do need a gun.
Also, and then for me, I think another one is really funny is obviously Grandpa versus Dr. Botnik having a fight.
Oh yeah, they also get the video game accurate suits.
Oh god, the Scorpion versus what is that?
The praying mantis.
Yeah,
Wait,
that was
by the way, I get it when Ivo referred to him as like you arachnidork. No, you arachnerd. I'm like, oh my god, he actually acknowledges that a scorpion is an arachnid. Take that, Nate Silva, for mistaking a rhinoceros beetle for a praying mantis.
I love the jokes. Personally, my favorite joke was when Sonic called Shadow Hot Topic.
You know that's funny stuff. For the longest time, Hot Topic would have nothing but Shadow the Hedgehog merch.
I always thought the Hot Topic is now an anime merch.
It's almost all anime at this point.
Yeah, but the whole point is it's still really funny. Yeah, like I don't know why, but it was really funny when Grandpa died like that.
I'm surprised he died like a punk like that.
I wish he died a little more funnier, but that was just like, you know what I mean? Just like a flip.
Yeah. But see, like that's kind of like why I like that the video games did not have Gerald as like a living character, because it's like he's already dead, and we can't assume how he died, but we can infer it might have had something to do with the black aliens.
Okay, but overall, I mean, the whole point is at least Dr. Robotnik was able to save planet Earth by tilting it away.
He actually teamed up with Team Sonic for real this time. And yeah, it's like we got Sonic and Shadow like using their super forms to
I couldn't stop crying when When he said farewell to Stone. Oh, you are my. What is it?
Friend.
You not family. My sister. I forgot what it was. That was so
Yeah,
cute.
it was a joke word, like friend associate or something like that. Like,
yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
thought that was so cute. I don't know. I liked it. Good movie. I wonder how Sonic 4 is gonna be now because obviously Dr. Robotnik's dead.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, also, I completely forgot. They actually made a Detective Pikachu reference in this movie.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Are you Detective Pikachu? You do look like Detective Pikachu. Pika Pika.
Tails. Tails.
Tails is adorable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, Tails has some really cool tech in this movie. Like mainly the hologram things.
Yeah. So overall, towards the end, did you like it? The
Oh yeah, no, oh man, there was the fan service of this movie was so fantastic. And
mhm.
yes, sadly, Shadow does seemingly die.
No, did you watch the second end credits?
Does seemingly die.
Okay.
And yeah, and like we have like another BR day because it's like, oh, Tom's still alive, that's good. The general is also still alive. And yeah, it's like the Earth is saved. Or is it? Yeah, because Sonic ends up in New York where he gets ambushed by Metal Sonic.
Multiple Metal Sonic.
I was getting so excited. Yes.
I knew Amy was gonna come out. I was screaming to the top of my lungs.
I am so excited for the fourth one.
I think Sonic 4 is gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
But I know
And
Dr.
yes.
Robotnik can't be there anymore, so
See, I disagree, and I will explain why.
how do you think he's gonna make it alive? Explain to me, he's dead.
Because of a little something called Team Chaotix.
Which is?
Have you ever actually played Sonic Heroes?
No, I don't play racing games.
It's not a racing game.
No, never mind. That's Sonic Shuffle.
Sonic Heroes is a platformer for the GameCube. Hilarious commercial, by the way. Okay, so let me explain Sonic Heroes to everyone. Sonic Heroes was a GameCube original game. Well, actually, it was also available on PlayStation 2 as well, but it first debuted during that generation. But so in this game, you play as one of 4 teams of 3 characters. You got Team Sonic with Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. You got Team Dark with Rouge the Bat, EU 123, Omega, and Shadow. He's alive. Put a pin on that. And Team Rose, which consists of Amy Rose, Cream the Rabbit.
Basically, trying to get to the point.
Yeah, okay. So, one of the 3 teams, Team Chaotix, which consists of Vector, Espio, and Charmy. Hello. They're detectives, and they have a mysterious client. I am captured by Dr. Eggman. I need you to go find me. You'll be rewarded handsomely. And of course, at the end, it is revealed that Dr. Eggman was an imposter. He was actually Metal Sonic in disguise. And the mysterious client,
Dr. Eggman, I presume. How did you know it was me? It was obvious. I am a great detective, in case you haven't forgotten.
Okay.
The mysterious. So this is what I'm thinking is going to happen. We think Dr. Eggman is dead, but Team Chaotix will be on the job, and it'll be revealed that a mysterious client who remains anonymous will turn out to be Dr. Eggman, who turned out to still be alive.
Okay.
And yes,
I don't really buy it, but that's
Team
a good way.
Team Chaotix could very well have their own show on Paramount Plus, but please get me a password so I can watch it. But yeah, that's the movie. So, what were some of your most favorite scenes in the entire film?
As I said, the obviously the dance scene between Grandpa and Dr. Robotnik.
Uh huh.
And also my favorite scene was obviously Sonic versus Shadow towards the end. The Chaos Emeralds when they're all Super Saiyans. I'm just gonna call it Super Saiyan at this point.
I mean, you do have to collect 7 jewel artifacts in order to unleash an ultimate power, where the main character gets golden spiky hair for a short amount of time.
Yeah, that's what I'm pointing. They both went Super Saiyan. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
What are your favorite scene?
Well, I like the part with the giant green reptile. Wait, that's not in this movie. Okay, so yeah, my favorite. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Some of my more favorite scenes are actually the flashbacks with Shadow and Maria when they're like having fun and roller skating, because it's like you do need those humanist moments to show that like Shadow isn't really a bad guy. He's just really traumatized, and he had one bad day. And yeah, because the thing is, like, that's exactly what happened. Like, he wasn't always evil. He might have been created with the intent of being evil, at least in the video games he was. But Maria gave him his humanity, kind of like how Lois Lane played a role in being the humanity for Superman.
No, I get what you mean. You obviously need a humanistic, sentimental scene. Anything else?
I also like the Chow Garden scene because it was just cute, and of course you got a little bit fan service of just like having Live and Learn play in the background while Super Sonic and Super Shadow are fighting all those gun robots, because got a little bit nostalgia. Like, man, it was so well executed. I love it.
Okay, I think we got to wrap this up because there's like a bunch of comments.
Oh yeah. So let us know what you guys thought. Oh, but before we go, what were your thoughts on the new performances from Keanu Reeves, from Maria?
I thought it was perfect. There was nothing I have problems with. I think Keanu Reeves did a good job voice acting. I always love Idris Elba. There's nothing I have a complaint really. The only thing I had was I just wish Shadow really worked them up a sweat when it was in the Shibuya fight scene in Tokyo. That's the only complaint I had.
Right, that's fair. Honestly, I would have to say the weakest for me is Gerald Robotnik. I love Jim Carrey as Ivo Robotnik, but as Gerald, it's like I feel like making him silly in the first half of the movie kind of ruins the whole him being this sinister mastermind in the second half.
It's a kids movie.
I know first of all, it's a family movie. Second, just that I refuse to use that as an excuse for making any kind of writing based mistakes, because keep in mind, Iron Giant was a kids movie, but it had serious moments when they needed to have them.
No, I know what you mean.
They didn't make certain characters too silly. Like, they were very consistent. Gerald Robotnik, I feel like he wasn't consistent enough. But I do love the Scorpion versus Mantis scene.
Okay. We should read the comments here already.
Okay. Oh, before we do, what score would you give this movie?
10 out of 10, duh.
9 for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you give it a 9 instead of a 10?
Because it doesn't have Rouge or the Team Chaotix.
Oh my god, they're gonna come out next in the 4th movie.
Hopefully.
Who knows?
Yeah. Gojira Mation 54 says, I watched it today. I hope you enjoyed it. And apparently you did. I'm glad you're here. Ooh, Tikal Echidna came back from the dead. Hello there. Hello. I hope you're doing all right. Happy Christmas. Yeah, happy Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy New Year. Christmas Day and first night of Hanukkah are both on the 25th this year. So here's Wade says hi. Hi, Wade. How you doing? Hi. Oh, Ryan, live and learn, hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Live and learn from.
Oh yeah, that was a beautiful soundtrack. I was screaming when I heard that.
Yeah, I mean, I wish they had more Crush 40 songs in the entire trilogy, but I think a lot of Sonic fans would have complained if they did not include it in this one in particular. Metal Sonic and Amy. I know. I really hope they do. What's it called? Sonic Heroes. I love the Chow Garden scene. I know, it's so cute. Shadow's a badass. Yeah, Andrea, I know how much you love Shadow.
Oh,
He knows how to. He knows how to defy gravity. Okay. Oh, and I just realized you're a pink character, and I'm a green character.
What else?
Okay, let's see. You're right. Ritter was kind of wasted. I know. It's like she was so good in Jessica Jones. It's like I hope she comes back and redeems her character.
Shadow and Amy, how dare you?
See, it's all about Sonic and Amy.
No, you can't do Mr. Steal Your Girl here. No.
Okay. Bronson Wright Wolf says, I remember Jim Carrey promoting the first movie on Conan O'Brien show back in February of 2020. Jim and Conan sketch each other during one part of the interview. I gotta rewatch that because Conan O'Brien's actually really funny.
Yeah.
OMG, Iron Giant reference. Yeah. Shadow's not a gun.
No, so go down. I want to read the other one. I almost died from the
Green Lantern much. Nathan Fillion's gonna play Guy Gardner in the new Superman movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch that movie just because Nathan Fillion plays Guy Gardner and no other reason. Shadow's dark backstory was going to give the third film a PG-13 rating, and for the fact that both of the games the film is based on were rated teen plus. Well, was it teen plus? Because I'm pretty sure it was just teen. Hold on. No, it's E10.
Okay.
Nope, it's E10.
This movie came out 31 years after Sonic Hedgehog 3 video game.
Hold on. I think it's covered up, but rated E. Yeah. So nothing to worry about. It's E10. It's E10. This movie came out 31 years after Sonic the Hedgehog 3 video game came out. Yes, but it also came out 25 years after. Hold on. When did Sonic Adventure 2 come out? Sonic Adventure 2 came out in 2001. So the movie came out 23 years. The movie came out 23 years after the game it's based on. Yeah. So there's that. Shadow has pain in his heart. I know. I
love the comment. Hedgehog. I love you.
It's just random Sonic. Speed up Sonic. Oh man, I remember the Robot Chicken skits. I gotta go fast, can't stop. It's like I wonder why he's always running, and it turns out he's like trying to outrun his depression.
Yeah,
you can't outrun your depression.
Okay, I mean, I think we can end this here.
Yeah.
Perfect movie. What are your expectations for Sonic 4?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm hoping that a trio of amazing detectives actually show up and save the day and get the recognition that they deserve. After all, that's their policy.
Well, I'm hoping Amy comes back here. Obviously, they're there to save the chaos. I think they all team up to save their origin planets where they come from.
Mm-hmm. That could be a possibility. Although I am surprised that by this point we haven't seen Rouge.
No.
Hopefully, maybe season 2 of Knuckles, if he gets a season 2, Rouge can make an appearance.
No. Personally, I think, like in my opinion, I think Sonic 3 is the perfect ending. If they continue. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Well, that's it for the comments, guys. We hope you... Oh, wait, hold on. I think there's one more comment left. Is it just me, or does Amy have brown boots?
What?
I don't know, but I don't have a problem with that. As long as she has a giant hammer, that's all I care about.
Yeah, she looked gorgeous. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and And I love how they try to go Assassin's Creed with her design.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna say it. I think so. I think Amy, in terms of the animation look, Amy looks beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I was this is the kind of reaction I had when they showed Tails for the first time in the first movie.
Mhm.
That's the kind of vibe I got. But yeah, that's it for the comments, guys. We hope you have enjoyed
Love
watching
you
us discuss
guys.
Shadow 3.
Thank you guys so much for all the comments and engagement. You know, this is my first time being in a movie review in
A long
months,
time.
actually.
Yeah.
And so I hope to be here more. Thank you guys so much for supporting Buttery Show. And I hope you keep on supporting us. You know, we really do love watching movies. And we watch, we watch these. We don't watch these together anymore, but we still watch it in our hearts.
Yeah. And we will review them together.
Yeah.
Because we're Buttery Heroes.
No,
Okay.
the whole point I'm trying to say is thank you guys so much for all your support and everything. I really do like the engagement that we received. And I am thankful for the fandom. I'm thankful for Sega. Thankful just for these
Sega.
video game movies and just to relive my childhood, just everything I ever grown up on.
Yeah, and of course, if you enjoyed, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon. Stay notified for our latest videos. We have previously done a few other movies, like some Thanksgiving movies. We did the Red One just last weekend, and Ryan, I know you're watching. You have a certain Hawaiian movie to review before the end of the year. And hopefully we might squeeze in one or two more movies on top of that.
Yeah.
Also,
I can't believe this is our last movie review for this year, right?
Probably, hopefully not.
Well, come on, it's about to be 2025 in a couple days.
Yeah. Well, in
9 days.
In 9 days, yeah. But also check out our sister channel, the Morphin Network, where we discuss things all tokusatsu. We discuss Ultraman, Arc, Kamen Rider Gov, Bakugan Sentai Boom Boomger. And of course, tonight we're finishing our saga with Kamen Rider Gaim, with Kamen Rider Gaim Guiding 3 and the Zangetsu stage play, which, boy, was watching it a piece of work, all I'd say. Check us out on the Morphin Network tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is an hour from now. And if you want to follow our personal content, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Jen Messina, and you can find me at TikTok at GMessy2. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. January, I'm going to try to go back to streaming. I know I had to take like a whole year sabbatical. Let's pretend I was just frozen by gun forces. So, with all that said, guys, we wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year to one and all. May you stay safe, stay hydrated, update emergency kits, hug your loved ones, and we'll see you all next time. Goodbye.
Bye.